Have you ever faced a tough decision not knowing which path to take? That's exactly where Isaac found himself, right in the middle of a famine, with his family depending on him and no clear answer in sight. So what did Isaac do? He made his way to Gerar, where King Abimelech ruled. But here's where it gets interesting. The Lord appeared to Isaac and gave him a clear instruction. Don't go down to Egypt. Stay in this land where I tell you. Imagine hearing that. God was asking Isaac to trust him, even when it didn't make sense. And Isaac listened. He stayed in Gerar, holding on to God's promise, I will be with you and I will bless you. But things weren't easy. People watched him closely, life was different, and he had every reason to be anxious. But Isaac didn't run. He didn't try to figure things out on his own. He stayed where God wanted him. And that's when the blessings started to flow. Isaac planted crops, and that very year he reaped 100 times more than he'd sown, not because he was in the perfect land, but because God chose to bless him. But here's the catch. God's blessings are at his discretion. Sometimes I think if things are going well, I must be exactly where God wants me. But Isaac's story reminds me that blessings don't always mean I'm in the right place. They're a sign of God's kindness, not always a stamp of approval. As Isaac settled in the valley, he faced challenges, disputes over wells, moving from place to place. But he kept listening, kept obeying, and each time God made room for him. Now the Lord has given us room, and we will flourish in the land, Isaac said. Finally, Isaac arrived at Beersheba. That night God spoke again. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will bless you. Isaac responded by building an altar and calling on God's name, choosing God's presence over comfort, his voice over his own plans. So what's the takeaway? Following God isn't always simple or comfortable. Sometimes it means staying put when I'd rather run, or moving on when I'd rather stay. But when I listen for his voice and desire his presence above all else, I can trust that he'll lead me step by step, blessing by blessing. Let's be like Isaac, sensitive to God's leading, obedient to his word, and always hungry for his presence. Because wherever he leads, that's the best place to be.